Good morning. Let me get my hair out of my way. Passing distractions. Okay, just about time to begin. For those of you already here, good morning. For those of you already here, you need to do your, do your skis. There you go. I know. She looks and goes, what? I know you'll get it figured out. For those of you already here, we're going to be starting on our backs, laying down, and we need to do some opening for the hips. Today we're doing eagle pose. That will benefit broadening through our back, opening through our hips, a bit of balance. We'll get there in kind of an unusual way. And then after the eagle, we're going to move into like a warrior three and a crescent pose, kind of the wobbly thing going on. I'll start it mild, and then if you want to make it more spicy, you can. So, and then I have a blessing, Irish blessing for us to listen to at the end of our practice. So I hope you can stay for that. So let's take a moment to sit first. You can sit on a pillow, a blanket, or whatever. And we'll just kind of bring ourselves to the moment to be present. Whatever you may have been doing before you got to this practice, it's just going to be out there. And so if we sit ourselves in a fashion that's suitable, could be in a chair, could be on your knees, on or off a pillow. Let's attend to our body by addressing Mula Bandha, the pelvic floor energy, that kind of drawing up, which also radiates downwards, so a duality. A drawing in of the lower belly, so that zipper motion. And if you notice some squeezing in the tush, kind of forego that. And then visualize your vertebra and disc as they stack one upon the other up through the nape of the neck, and then let the head lift and the crown of the head lifts towards the sky. Choosing to either support your back if it's feeling a little needy by holding on to the knees or the shins, or floating the hands up and using a mudra gesture. That would be a finger or collection of fingers touching your thumb. You can leave your eyes open, lowered, or closed. And this is where we draw into our breath. And where I sit, there are external noises, but I'm just going to listen to my own rhythm of my breath. If you're familiar with the Ujjayi breathing, it might help give you that auditory component. So I'll do it a few times, but I think that's a little disruptive for you to hear all the time. But it goes like this. So basically, that's just letting the air swirl through my throat as it passes in and out of my nasal passages. As you sit, notice where your body might be gathering tension. For some, it's the shoulders. So I might suggest we relax those shoulders while being attentive to the supportive structure of the rest of the body. Now visualize your rib cage, the front, the side, the back of the torso. And as you watch it kind of inflate like a balloon or bellows, and exhale, contract and press in, involving your abdominal wall. If this deepening of the breath gets you a little dizzy, just go back to a natural breath. As you sit, putting yourself in the proper frame of mind for your practice, that is one without judgment, with acceptance, and with an awareness and playfulness to be bold and try things that maybe are a little scary, but to understand that there is that safety net within you. That would be your third eye chakra, who will guide you along the way. I'm just over here in the corner making some suggestions. Let's flutter the eyes open. Extend the arms to the sides of your space, just kind of grabbing hold of the day. As you exhale, palms together, collecting that attitude of gratitude. And then let's make some circles with the arms. So if your shoulders are a little tight, you can make little circles. So inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, the arms touch down. Now reverse that circle, opening the arms out to the side, up and around. Yes, placement with your furniture is important. Inhale, arms go up and around. And then exhale, inhale, up and around, back in. So just bringing a little warmth and awareness into our shoulders, our neck. If you're finding something a little glitchy, then just make it a little smaller. As there is no judgment about this, it's just exploration. 2 more times. And next time, end up with the hands in front. Now you can lace the fingers, but this isn't going to be like cracking your knuckles, or you can clasp the hands, but turning the palms away from you, dropping those shoulders, pressing the palms outward so my hands are still soft. And then bow the head, look down toward the belly, kind of create that scooping or hollowness, broadening through the shoulder blades, maybe moving your chin from side to side. As we wake up all that connective tissue at our joints, letting the hands come up and maybe go behind your head. And if both of them behind the head doesn't feel good, because I know some of you have shoulder issues, you could put one hand down on the shoulder and just have one hand behind the head, because we're going to use the hands to hold the head. So the hands are behind the head. I'll turn a little sideways. And this brings a little support to my neck. You don't have to look up. You can look more outward, or if it seems appropriate to look up. So extension. And then use your hand or hand to right the head to bring it back so it didn't have to do it on its own. Then the hands will go behind. And then as if someone were pulling your sternum forward or pressing your shoulder blades outward, there's that extension in the upper back, and then just let it collapse. Do that a few times to inhale and open, and to exhale and close. So remember, as we do this, where do you think we often reside? I would say it's here, but opening and stretching. You can be on the tips of the fingers, the knuckles, the palms, whatever makes your hands comfortable. And then we're going to turn ourselves into a little ball. And so as you bring those knees up, if you're in the chair, you need to come down on your mat. And you can wrap the hands as best you can. So not everyone's legs will come together. If your legs are apart, just wrap them around here. If you can get here, I want you to make yourself small, so small that you just want to disappear into a speck of nothing. And then bow the head. And in this position, kind of find where you're met with resistance. Is it in the belly? Is it in the back? Your head may or may not rest on your knees. The more you round over, the more you drop your head, the more you may feel the stretch all the way down to your tailbone. Slowly unfurl that ball, Bandha Konasana, the bottom of the feet together, the hands go behind. You see me rocking to find my sit bones. Lean back first to let the knees open, the chest up, and now hinge forward. So use your hands to move a little forward, because we want our hips open for that eagle pose. We're going to do a little bit. You should feel this right here in the groins. And I know some of you will be tighter like this, so you got to go where you got to go. There is no judgment. I think there's a song that sings, there is no real perfection. And as I release out, I'm going to now go on to my back. So if you like to elevate the head, if that gives you that better positioning, you can use the pillow with your knees bent. If you don't, and you have a properly placed ponytail, you want to nod the chin so that you're looking outward over your knees rather than straight up or even behind. And this helps with some vertigo potential issues. And then once you're here, see if your fingers can kind of graze the heels of your feet, which are not together. And don't go back to sleep if you're doing this in the morning. This isn't that. This is us just putting ourselves in a different position relative to gravity. So maintain that neutral spine, of which I'm so fond of reminding us. I'm kind of balanced on my sacrum. And if you don't know where the sacrum is, it's a collection of fused bones above the tailbone, but below the waistband. So it's not my tailbone. That would be arching my back a lot. And it's not me pushing in, lifting my tailbone up. I'm just settled on that sacrum, providing for the natural spine. And see if you can express that shoulder upward as you tighten through the abdominal wall. Check in with your breathing. So without even moving, I want you to address pelvic floor energy. Just think of it drawing up inside, nothing I would see physically for both a male and a female body, and then releasing back out. Drawing that energy up. So nothing physiologically would be noticed if I saw you. Stay involved with the breath. Now I'm going to add the glutes, I'm going to add the pelvis. So as I engage that internal bandha, I'm going to squeeze through my bun, not to lift it up, just to squeeze it and then release back out. So that same feeling of activating internally with that external little tweak and release. Go ahead and play with this a little bit. So you'll feel the pelvis rocking so that you are moving toward but not onto your low back. The action of Uddiyana might come into your mind and awareness. So now I'm going to begin to slightly lift my tailbone. So low back will come down, tailbone will come up. I would say you could probably slide a hand under there, but that's all, and then come back down. So we're progressively rolling, articulating, eventually up the spine. Or as I like to call it, a little rock and roll. Each beginning of this pelvic rock begins internally and then progresses from there. Maybe begin rolling up the low back. So you're going to be feeling perhaps a little in your thighs and rolling back down. Making your own way up that spine, especially coming down. Getting closer and closer to our shoulders. My arms are connected into the earth, lending a bit of support to my back, as bridging is a back strengthening move. And let's say by your next one, you're going to stay up in that relatively high bridge pose. So you come from the ground, rolled up the spine, and you're going to pause up there. Notice where you're met with, oh, I didn't know that. Maybe it's your thighs, maybe a little pressure on the knees, maybe the contraction of the glutes. Coming down the upper back, the middle back, the lower back. And drawing both knees in, but not together, being held by your hands just below the knees. And then go ahead and push those knees together and draw a circle. So this should be done pain-free. Nothing should hurt in that low back. Change the direction of the rotation. We're preparing for the windshield wipers. So set those feet down and see if you can feel the edge of the mat with your feet. Knees are bent. Feel the edge of the mat with your feet. And you're going to let the knees drop. I know you may not have a back issue, but I'm still going to advise that we do this easy. Let them drop to one side. I find it prudent to raise the leg that's not on the floor first, and then the outside leg second, and then continue to the other side. Again, spatial awareness. So I'm scooting over because I just hit the wall. So it's going to be that trailing leg that was not on the floor coming up first, and then the one that was laying on the floor coming up second. This I propose so that we don't strain the low back. If you say it doesn't strain my back, Karen, well, okay, then lift both legs at the same time. Have it your way. And then just windshield wiper from side to side. Again, we're preparing this hip joint for our eagle pose. So I want you to know if that's always a struggle for you, you might have a better go of it this time. All right, walk those feet in slightly. Draw one knee of your choosing in. Let's circle the ankle because we always want to have some mobility and flexibility through the ankle joint. Just a few times in one direction, a few times the other. And then straightening the leg that you're holding. It doesn't matter where it goes. If you're very tight in the hamstrings, likely the leg is moving more away from you or up. Further in this case is not better. It's just a lubrication of our knee joint and an opening up of that hamstring. So I'm just moving. I'm dynamically straightening and bending my knee. I feel I need a little more of this time as I put more age on this body. All right, let's set that foot down and do the ankle circle on the other leg. And this is where I remind you to stay present with the breath, relaxed in the neck and the shoulders. And now move to the straightening and bending of the knee. Oh, it's a whole nother leg. It's like it's never done this before. Depending on when you come to do a yoga practice, your body can be more prepared. So if you were to do this practice more toward the evening or the midday, I think noon is a great time to move with your body. But if that doesn't fit your schedule, point being that it will feel different because the body will have had some more lubrication. So you might feel different about your practice. All right, to the outer hip. So let's keep whatever leg you have up, hold on in front of the shin, and then go ahead, straighten out the other leg. This is not a long hold. Take a breath in. As you exhale, carry the leg you're holding across your body and go until you feel the hip. So that may mean that you want to drop the knee down a little further and hold the knee up rather than let it drop. So hold it up, maybe hold on top of it. Just make your hip feel something. Nothing bad, just something. Use the hand that's assisting it to cross over to return back. Both feet down, bring the other knee in, slide the opposite leg out that you did the hip on, take a breath in. On the exhale, carry that leg across, keeping it up until you feel the hip a little bit. Hips, glutes, that area. May find that there's a different feeling on each leg. That wouldn't be a surprise. And then this last one we're going to do on our back is one I really prefer to do with you in person, where I stand above you, put my hands on your knees, and then I get to drive the car. But let's do it ourselves. As we return onto our back, both knees again come up, both hands are on the knees. So you want your legs to be passive. So just imagine me standing facing you with my hands on your knees, and I would be driving them so that one knee came inward and then the other knee came inward, and you kind of roll from side to side. And we're going to do this in both directions. So as I'm rocking, I pull one knee up and in and center. So I'm creating circles, I would say, inward. All right, now try it outward. So you'll have one leg come in towards you and go around toward the outside, then the other comes in. It gets a little funny. This is why I've taken to, in a class that's live and in person, going over and driving people's cars for them. So the knee comes inward, goes outward and around, then the other one in and out and around. This we're doing for our hip. Then bring the knees together. It doesn't matter which side. Once you lay on your side, we're going to slowly and take our time as need be all the way up till you're up. And we're up. Check in with your blood pressure. Sometimes there's an adjustment. And then we'll come to all fours. As you come to all fours, we're going to do a little more for the hips so we can get on with our standing. So palms or knuckles, hands under your shoulders. Now how is gravity playing on your body? Oh, it's coming from above and pulling on my belly. So a little more action through Uddiyana without squeezing the tush. So think of yourself as getting on a bike. So pick up one leg, it won't matter. As you pick up that leg, it's like you're swinging your leg up and over the bike, and then the knee comes back down. We're going to stay with that same leg, goes up behind, then you go over the bike. Or if you're a horse rider, I guess you step up into the stirrup, swing your leg over that horse. Let's do one more. Stay with the same leg. Now we're going to get off the bike. So the leg goes out first, comes around, drop the knee down and put it back. Now you're standing by the bike. So you're sitting on the bike, lift up that leg, swing it over the seat and back down. Question is, when was the last time you were on a bike? Make one more. And we'll take a moment in child's pose. I usually part my knees a little bit. If my knees are feeling okay, my hips will go back. If not, they'll go up. I could rest on my hands, arms in front, as you wish. As you wish, from the Princess Bride. And let's come up and we'll do the other side. I'm going to turn, otherwise I would kick the wall. So if you need to accommodate yourself at home, do the same. So I'm on all fours. So this is the other leg opening. I'm going to get off the bike, so I'm going to go backwards this time. So the knee goes up to the side and then drop the knee and hip down and get back down, up and around. Keep breathing as you play with this, which may seem a little awkward. Okay, let's get on the bike. So the leg lifts from behind, open the knee, and then swing that leg over. Find your breath. You may need a little more processing time and do it more slowly, or you may be able to just get on that bike. This time, rather than going to child's pose, separate the knees under the hips. We're going to go down on our forearms and up on our forearms, alternating lead arms. So for example, if I go down onto my right forearm and then my left forearm and then come up on the right hand and up on the left hand, the next time it'll be the left forearm, then the right forearm, left hand or knuckle, and right knuckle. So knuckles or palms. Take your time, lower yourself down, press yourself up. Warming up those shoulders with strength. And when you complete your cycle, turn your toes under, back up, work on the bendy toes. This used to be really easy for me. Now I'm feeling like, yeah, I got to work on my bendy toes. I used to be able to just easily sit up like this. It's not like that anymore. So if you're like me, you may need to have a little more time. If you come to it easily, just be patient with the rest of us. All right, we're going to move to a standing position. Assess your blood pressure. Try not to use your hands, but if you must, you must. So ground yourself as you position yourself to rise. Okay, so this is the process. I'm going to just talk it through you so you've kind of had a preview. You'll start at the front of your mat. You'll walk backwards, toe, ball, heel. Let me pull up the pant leg. Toe, ball, heel, toe, ball, heel, toe, ball, heel. Then when you go forward, reversing it, heel, ball, toes. And these are not large steps because you want to have a few steps. So we'll go back and forth. And when we get to the front of the mat, then I will face you and show you this. Rooting into Tadasana. Inhale, arms up, exhale, arms down. I'm just zipping through this. I'll do this a few times and my knee is up. I'm ready to go right into what? Eagle pose. So you see I've parked my toe. If you're able to wrap it, you can wrap it. When I'm done with the eagle pose, I'll release, fly out of it, tip into what? Virabhadrasana 3, bend the standing knee, step back, go to crescent pose. So maybe you just say, oh, I'm not a fan of that warrior 3, so you could go here, and then you can step back here. So the caution is that when you step back into your crescent pose, the knee doesn't shoot out over the foot, and it's the falling back that's gonna be, I don't know, let's call it fun. And then as I lean forward, I step up, and I'm ready to do it on the other side. Does that look like fun? Mindfully walking, playing with balance. I'll remind you to breathe and bandhas. Step to the front of your mat. So place those feet. We'll just be close enough. I'll wait for you if you're not quite ready. Root the feet, engage the legs, blah, blah, blah. So start that walking back. Toe, ball, heel. It's the transition from one foot to the other where you might find the, oh, yeah, there's that. You may be toward the end of the mat, so then that's your indication to start your walk. Heel ball of the foot, then fan those toes, lift the back heel. Keep breathing. And eventually you're back in Tadasana. So I'll just say stand on your right foot. As the left knee comes up, the arms go overhead and back to Tadasana. Repeat, left leg as you stand on right, and back down. And a couple more times. The body said, I'm getting the hang of it now. Twice more. So here I come to my eagle pose. So that left leg will cross over the right arm will cross over the left. My hips will go back. I will sit back, and if your elbows don't cross, you can touch the back of your hands. So sit back so you can actually rest with that left thigh over your right, or hook it. And then slightly lean forward, looking beyond your fingers. So the true eagle pose. Bandhas in breath. Now, as we stand up, the arms will uncross and come to our side. The crossed over leg will circle around and go behind us, almost like I'm on the front of a boat, and I'll be standing here. This is option one. Then I'm going to step way back on the ball of that foot as the front knee bends. I land. This is my crescent pose, back heel lifted. The arms can go in front or over the head. If that feels too much, here is fine. As I drop the arms, shift my weight forward, either hold the toe here, lift the leg, or consider dropping a bit, making a letter T almost. Again, bend the standing knee, step back with that other foot. It kind of feels like you're falling. That's okay. Be brave. Arms go up. And again, lean forward. Push off. Think of tipping over, but not falling. And stepping back, finding the arms up. And this time, when the arms go back and lean forward, I'm going to mindfully step the back foot to my front foot and return to Tadasana. Take in your calm, and we walk back. This mindful walking should put us in a nice mindset. You might also want to think about the foot that's leaving from the front as lifting toe ball heel. So while you're focusing on one foot, don't forget the other foot does the same process. Front foot goes heel, ball, toe. Back foot does heel, ball, toe, leaving the floor. Eventually, we're at the front of the mat, back to Tadasana. So let's stand on the left foot. You don't have to move. I'm just going over here. Right leg will raise as the arms go up and come back down. Don't worry if you fall out of it. Come back and try again. And up and down. And breathe. And down. This is the one where that right leg will cross over the left, and then the left arm crosses over the right. You sit back, park that toe. If you can, cross the elbows. If not, the wrist. Draw the shoulders down. Sit, sit, sit. Wrap if you can. If you're a rapper, be a rapper. And lean forward. Look through your fingers. Breathe. As we begin to retreat and unwrap everything, the arms go behind, the chest comes up. Extend that leg back. If you need to touch the floor, that's okay. If you can tip forward, that's cool. Standing knee will bend. You'll step back on the ball of the foot behind you, right foot. Go hip distance. If you try and do it on a tightrope, that's disadvantage. Crescent pose. Again, arms back, chest forward, shift out of the back foot, consider tipping, stepping, and lifting. Again, shifting, tipping, stepping back. This time, lean forward, step back foot up, stand like a mountain. Did the heart rate go up a little bit? So fill yourself with calm. Keep it as we move. And we go through this one more time. Standing on the right foot, we work with the left leg. Up and down. And up and down. And up and down. So it'll be left over right with the legs, right over left with the arms, and you get into your eagle pose. Sit, sit, sit. Sit back in your hip. Draw your shoulders down, gaze through your fingers. And as we uncross and lean forward, find possible warrior three or not. Step back, ground yourself for a crescent pose. We can do it. Leaning forward, push off, perhaps into a warrior three. Step back, crescent pose. Where's your breath? One more into warrior three, or just intend to do warrior three, and step back. And as we finish this side, arms go back, engage your core, back leg up, Tadasana. Again, bring that calm back with your breath as we move to the other side. Good, bad, or otherwise. Right knee goes up when you breathe in, and down, and up, and down, and up. And this time, right crosses over left, left arm crosses over right. Either wrap all the way around the back leg or sit down lower so you can touch the floor. Drop the shoulders, gaze forward through your fingers. Be an eagle perched high in a tree, taking in the view. As we release, uncross everything, pull up, extend the leg back, perhaps tip over or not. Step back. Ground yourself as you go into the crescent pose. Again, leaning forward, shift out of the back leg. You could stay here. You could work toward tipping. Step back. Crescent pose. Once more. Try hard. Step back. This time, lean out. Mindfully engage your core as you step up. This time, as you lift the arms up, open them to the side, wrap them around, give yourself a hug. And then open the arms, we'll do the other side. Wrap the arms the other way. And you get a hug. Nice. Okay, little hula, and you might want to face long way on the mat. So my feet are parallel, not as long as I usually suggest, but I just want to do a little hula as we have worked through our back and through our hips. This is like a little after massage. Go the other way. So we do the modified garland pose. So even if you can go all the way down, today we're not. So my heels will rotate inward, so I'll turn my heels in. My hips will push back. My hands slide as I lean forward, profile view, toes turned out, Hips went back, hands came here. From here, then I can perhaps get a little lower so I can affect my forearms into pushing my knees open. So my hands are not resting on my legs, they're kind of pushing my knees open. I should feel a little pull in my adductors. Spine is neutral, no pressure on my knee. A little more weight in your heels can help remove that. This might be a good thing to get me ready for my gardening days, I'm thinking. Engage your bandhas. Present your hands onto your thighs. Go ahead, use them to assist as you rise up. Check the blood pressure. Consider reaching the arms all the way up. Open the arms around and behind. Straighten the elbows while they're clasped up and behind you. Check the shoulders are down and relatively imagine evenness, as some of us have asymmetrical shoulders. Release. Feet are as I left them. This time, rather than bending both knees, I'm going to bend into what will be your right knee. Both hands come onto that leg. Chest goes forward, hips go back. From the side, looks like this. Our intention is to feel this on the straight leg, inner thigh side, so right here. Now, some of you may be inclined to want to go deeper, but I'm going to say no more than your hands here. Otherwise, your legs have to slide out so you can get yourself into that low, deep position. From the hip to the knee. Reposition hands to legs. Use the hands to help as you straighten the leg. Check with your blood pressure. Arms float up, go behind, grasp, and open up your chest. We can never be too open. Releasing, now bending into your other leg, or probably your left. The hips begin this by pushing back. So there is no shooting of my knee over my ankle. I'm taking all the time I need so that I feel adductor from knee till pelvis. As those hips go back, we should be feeling inner thigh. Good. If you go further, that's up to you, but don't adjust the feet. We're going to just leave them right here. This is to bring the balance to the outer hip, which is more oftenly addressed, oftenly, that's not a word, more often expressed. Present your hands to your thigh. Use the hands to help you. Check in with your blood pressure. One more up reach. One more hands bind. This time walk your feet closer. Straighten the elbows. It might feel a little different. We're going to bend the knees and try to lay our body on our thighs with our hands in bind. So as I bend the knees, try to lay my body down on my thighs, lift the arms, drop the head, look through your legs, and breathe. You might be surprised if you're a little wobbly. Stay in your bent over squat position, release the arms, bring the hands to prayer, and gaze outward. Lower your hips as far as you feel you can, safely and comfortably with your knees. Find your breath. Now we're going to come to the mat. Some of you might want to sit down and plop down. Some of you may need to stand up to sit down. I'm a plopper, so I just plopped. So once you're down, we're going to put the legs in front. Upward plank or Eastern plank. If you need to modify, you'll do the table pose. Either one, the fingers point forward rather than behind. I propose knuckles with thumbs forward. This is all to accommodate shoulders. Eastern plank would be hands back under the shoulders, lifting the chest, straightening the elbows, elevating the hips. Now here's your options. You're welcome to keep looking down to your toes or look out. You can even look up. There are those that do this. Not a fan of that, because when you bring your head back up, if you do this, which is fine, let your head stay back, and then your shoulders will cradle the head as it comes more forward. But you don't have to look back. If you say, that's a bit much, bend the knees, same hands or knuckles, lift the chest, and elevate the hips from here. So basically, it's just a shorter lever, a long lever, a short lever. We will do this 3 times. You can mix and match. So you could do table, Eastern plank, all Eastern plank, all table. So we build some strength for our back, for our shoulders, mobility through our wrist, lots of good stuff. If you're doing the Eastern plank, when you elevate, stretch your feet out. I'm not saying you have to point your toes, push through the ball of the foot, so there's kind of this arching feeling. Everybody good with their choices? Yep. Okay, sit either legs extended, feet together, or knees bent, feet apart. Present your hands, slide them past your hips, and land either on the palms, finger forward, or on the knuckles, thumbs forward. Inhale, lift the chest. You're welcome to stay here or elevate, lift the hips, and extend the leg. Take your focus where it seems appropriate for you. On the exhale, lower the hips softly. Come out of the leg position that you have. And I do a little abracadabra with the hands, just to get off those hands and move the circulation around. So 2 more times, and know that waiting is an option. So if you say, yeah, I don't want to do 2 more, you could just wait. You just sit and breathe. All right, second time, here's your table setup. Here's your Eastern plank. Palms are the same for everyone as they slide past the hips and gently lower down. Inhale, lift the chest first. Exhale, when ready, lift the hips, position the eyes. On your next exhale, lower the hips. Come out of the pose with your legs. Abracadabra. And if your arms shake a little, yes, so do mine. So we're all in this together. So maybe you've done a couple of Eastern planks and you need a shorter lever. So maybe you do table pose or just keep twisting your arms around like this. If you're going to do 1 more, go ahead and set. Table pose, Eastern plank. When ready, lift the chest first. Exhale, elevate the hips and breathe. As you ride that next exhale down to the mat, we're all going to come to Bandha Konasana, cobbler's pose. Shift forward. You see me rocking to get on those sit bones and off of my fleshy part of my skin. Lift my spine, hinge forward, now bow forward. That could be just bowing your head and looking at your feet. That could be using your hands and pulling your head more towards your feet. This is a calming pose, which is the balance to the energizing poses that we did in the table or Eastern planks. Roll yourself up as I turn to face you. You can face me, you're fine. We're going to do Lord of the Fish. Oh, Lordy, we're going to do Lord of the Fish. There are some options. The seated one that is positioned like this can be a little difficult for knees and hips, but this isn't the only way to do it. So if you had your legs out, let's all take the left leg for you and cross it over the right leg. You could do this. That way my reference of right hand to left knee will be. So you could do this, but you could also not sit on it. You could also do this. One isn't better than another. So the front knee, whether the leg is extended or not, likes to fall out. So the right hand's job is to, I will hold you up as you sit, lifting through your spine before you rotate. Now this hand can stay here as you do your rotation. This hand can turn into an elbow, which is nice. And some people hook that upper arm against the outer thigh. I don't know which one's better. You can try all three, going a little bit, a little bit, a little bit more, rather than just boom, going there. But you'll figure it out. So get nice and tall. As the right hand remains to begin with, the left hand offers support to the spine. So if you saw me from the side, I might be a little of this person, or let's say I could be a little like this. So I help get up, but then to sustain that, my hand is here like a brace. It's good because you don't want to twist into your spine. Not that you can't, I just don't think it's prudent. So the shoulder of the arm behind your left kind of seductively rolls back as you gaze off. Hold the knee up. Then next inhale, you get tall. Exhale, turn a little further. Perhaps then you grab that knee with your upper arm. And if you went any further, you push it to the outside. So there isn't a right way. There's just the one that feels right for you. Every inhale, get taller. Every exhale, look further. Check in with bandhas. And exhale, unspiral. Now here's a fun thing to do. As you unspiral, if you have your leg tucked out, bring it extended. If you find this is too hard to sit because your hamstrings are not feeling good, sit on a pillow. The leg that's crossed over, I want you to pull it up as far up the thigh you can. So we would know this as half lotus. Because if you did the other leg, that would be lotus. So this knee may say, yeah, I can't do that. So you just get it as far as you can at the top of the thigh. And the reason is this foot pushes into your thigh muscle and kind of prevents you from doing uttanasana. Now, you can use a towel, a strap, or nothing. And we're going to use nothing because if I gave you a strap, you would just go backwards. So I want you to learn without it. Then once you know how to go forward, then you're welcome to do an arm extender. Let me get a little sideways here. So I'm sitting up nice and tall. I'm going to put the hands behind, activate the leg that's in front so it's not just flopped out. You might feel your quad muscles contract at that point. So in yoga, we say lead with the heart, not with the head. Use the hands to bring the heart forward. At some point, you're going to be met with some kind of resistance somewhere. Could be a knee, could be your hamstring, could even be your back. If you were able to bring the hands forward, or if you wanted to reach for the feet at that point, keeping your chest lifted as opposed to rounded. Yeah. Now, this is a precursor, if you've ever seen in those yoga books where they take the foot and they... Yeah, we don't have to do that. We can just intend to go there. One more breath. Mindfully come out. I would say gently unfold that cross leg. And now you can either leave that leg extended as you pull in the right, or if you say, no, I'm good with this. Yeah. Depends on your hips or your knee. Get very, very tall. And again, you can do this sitting on a pillow because it might make that leg a little straighter. Left hand, right knee. Nice and tall, prop yourself up. Draw that right shoulder back a little as you gaze off. Continue as you wish. So as you draw the belly in deep toward the spine, it creates a little more space in that abdominal area. Think up on the inhale, twist on the exhale, sitting nice and tall. No expectations, just the enjoyment of breathing. Slowly release. And if you've tucked that leg out, extend it. Pull the other leg up as high as you can in the inner thigh. Activate your other leg directly forward from your hip. Release the hands behind so you can get nice and tall and give yourself every advantage. I'm not asking you to be put in painful positions. Probably should have mentioned on the other side, if this just doesn't feel right to you, you can put your foot here. But this is the traditional way, so you could do that. Unless you want to hold the foot up here, do the archer pose. Lift up nice and tall, hinge forward. So it's that lead with the heart. At some point, we're all met with resistance. It's what you do with the resistance when you meet it. Do you right away back out of it? Go, mm-mm. Do you force your way through it? Do you look to soften in a gentle way the ability to stay the course? And clearly, I've gone outside the realm of a yoga pose, haven't I? Slowly bring yourself up. Oof. And offload. Okay, let's leave those joints alone and go to shortening of the abdominal wall. There are three separate abdominal walls, so a little quick primer. The ones that are here, the obliques, rotate us and laterally lean us. They might become involved at part of this. The other one that's the most important, just hold your stomach in. Action of Uddiyana, these muscles go like this. There's no way they get short, they just get tighter and tighter and they cinch, kind of like a corset. Then there's the rectus abdominis. This is the muscle that gets us out of bed in the morning. They come from the ribs, they taper to the pubic bone, they shorten us. This can be problematic on your back. So let's talk about options as you come onto your back. Don't go back to sleep. You put your hands behind your head because this feels good. And the first part will just be working with the upper body and not lifting my hips. For some people, it's very hard to disengage the lower body. It just wants to go. There's no control over it. So go ahead and bring your knees up. The feet are down, and if you want, they could be together, or some people like to cross them. Think of your feet as weights, the heaviness part of your body. The arms are not going to lag behind when you lift your chest up, nor are they going to come forward and pull on your neck. So go ahead and lift up your chest and then feel the weight of your head. Your mantra is, my head is heavy in my hands. In your peripheral vision, you see your arms, you see your elbows. So they won't come quite in front now, but they also don't lag behind. Whether your hands are laced or stacked is up to you. This is my starting and beginning position. I will not go back down to the floor. I'm gazing at or over my knees. And this will be a quick move, so just hang in there for as long as you can. Rest your head in your hands. Just keep that mantra in your head. And here's the movement with no hips, just raising your shoulders and raising your shoulders. A very small range of motion for most of us. I know the temptation, want to lift your hips. Rest your head in your hands. Breathing out when you lift helps take the air out of the lungs and allows you to shorten a little bit more. Keep breathing. Drop your feet down toward your bum. Keep your feet down. Chin is off the chest, just things to think about as we do this repetitive motion, pumping the abdominals with lots of blood. Rest your head in your hands. Sometimes the neck wants to take over. And then return to that neutral position, not down but not up. Now just bring the knees toward the chest and release. Not all the way back down to where they were parked before, but they come in and then they squeeze a little. And now your upper body is quiet as you're lifting that tailbone up. If this feels harder, it should. There are fewer muscle fibers. They all taper together onto your pubic bone. So there may be a tendency to want to jerk or even kick your feet to help lift the hips. It's not necessary to do that. Rest your head in your hands. So remember, when you return, you don't return all the way back down, so there's less rocking and more shortening. And now pause. Go ahead, let your head drop down for a moment and take a deep breath. So let's get a little bit of involvement with those oblique muscles. They cause a crossing. So I'm going to change my ankles or across. I'm going to change and put the other one. As I lift my head again, I'm going to veer from one side to the other. So really let this be your focus, is just looking beyond one leg and then beyond the other. Everything else less matter as long as you're resting your head in your hands. Veer from one side to the other. Again, I'm not going all the way back down to the mat. I'm just kind of swiveling, if you were to think of it that way, as I lift and go around. Keep your breathing going. Heavy head. Few more. And the head goes down. This time you can release the hands from the head. Let the knees come apart. Let the feet come down. If you want to hold the ankles, I don't do that anymore, but you could, or just put your hands down and press up into a bridge. Maybe you want to even tuck those shoulders under you, bind the hands together, and then really press the hips up. And so you feel the extension of the back, but also the swelling and opening of the belly. And it's a good time to take a deep breath. In fact, open your eyes and see that belly pop up and go down. Removing the arms, unsnugging the shoulders, rolling yourself down on your side. Rolling to one side or the other until you come back up to a seated position again. Okay, a funny little side thing. So sit sideways on your mat so you're facing the long end of the mat. Have both your knees bent. They could be stacked or not stacked. Mine are not stacked like this. So these are funny little push-ups, and primarily for strengthening our triceps, because what we do, the push-ups we do in yoga are chaturangas. They're primarily for the triceps. So watch this one. As I sit facing the long end, my upper body will lift and turn and present me this way. So then I will practice. These are easy. Everyone will be able to do these. Go ahead and give it a try. You can move the hands forward so they're less close to your thigh and further away, it will help you get down a little more. And you can place the knees, if you don't like them one way, try the other way. Okay, pause, stay up, and check me out for a minute. So whichever leg is on the bottom, whichever arm is to the back, that's the arm that's going to stay, not too far away from your shoulder. The arm that's on the top is going to go no, the other way around. The arm that's on the top will stay down. The arm that's in the back will come under. Yeah. So if you're sitting on, say, your right hip, you should have your left arm, and then your right arm is under your side. So this one, I drop my shoulder and push up. Isn't that weird? Drop my shoulder and push up. Drop my shoulder and push up. So make sure your hand isn't so close to your thigh, it prevents you from going down. So you can move the arm out a little bit. So let's analyze, where is the stress going? Shoulder, wrist, and the back of the arm, your tricep, is working to straighten and push you up. One more. And come up. Well, that was weird. Let's do the weirdness on the other side. Weird part 2. If the knees are too far up, this might inhibit some of it. So you could have your knees back here and go this way and practice the 2-arm, or if you want to separate the legs. It just maybe sometimes this knee comes up too far, so have them back a little bit, try a different version. Get tall before you turn, try a few with 2 arms. I think we all should have like successful push-up options. This one's a weird one, but don't you feel successful? I hope you do. All right, stay up. Let me see if I can figure this out for you. So now it would be the right arm stays down, the left arm comes under and plays coochie coochie coo with your ribs. So you're turning toward the long end of the mat and dropping the shoulder. It should kind of hit right out where that right arm is. Now, this is where your dominance is going to show. If you're right-handed, you're going to find this might be much easier for you. If you're left-handed, this could be the challenging arm. Things we learn playing with our body. Don't forget to come all the way up. Coming all the way up and straightening that elbow is the important part. Breathe. And flip over onto your belly. Whew. Sphinx pose has some variations to accommodate for back issues. Elbows forward of the shoulders makes that accommodation. Just careful the shoulders aren't hiked up. Otherwise, traditionally, the elbows line up with the shoulders. Right now, as you move into this, I want you to relax everything. So let's do it absolutely not good form. Hang in the shoulders, hang on your belly. Yeah, this is not sustainable. Let's correct ourselves. Press into the palms, the forearm, the elbow as you push down. The chest rises up, the shoulders draw down. I'm left with my belly button. Without squeezing my bum, I'm going to draw my belly button up off of the mat. Then I'll let it fall again. Now, I'm not going to expose my belly button, so I hope I'm explaining this to you well enough that that belly button is pulling up, but I haven't lifted my hips up. So it's that action of Uddiyana that we're working on. Then you let it drop. What we're affecting for this work is what's called the transverse abdominis. Those are the ones where the muscles go side to side. As they tighten, the skin on our belly moves inward. If you notice your glutes are tightening, relax them and send that work to the lower belly as you pull that navel up and then let it fall. Okay, next time it comes up, leave it up. You can still breathe. Drop the shoulders, slowly move your eyes outward. This is a lot of work. This can strengthen your shoulder in a non-movement way. This should not be painful, so know that you have that variation to lessen the pressure at the joint of the shoulder. And rest. So the nice thing in yoga is the rest is a nice balance to it. We have a sympathetic nervous system and a parasympathetic nervous system. So attach the tops of your feet to the mat on the floor or the floor, wherever your feet are touching. They're going to stay connected. Move your hands onto your back and either grab them together or, if you're comfortable, lacing them. Imagine I were standing behind you and I grabbed your hands in mine, and as I pulled those hands back, your elbows would straighten and your chest would come up because, your arms are attached to your body, and then you'll relax back down. So as you breathe in, extend up. As you exhale, relax down. Now, if you find this one not to your taste, there is another variation. Again, the important part is the toes stay down, and that would bring the hands down by your side. As you lift up, draw the elbows back. So we know this as a shorter lever, right? Instead of my arms being straight back, I still lift my chest. I draw my elbows back and lower down. So you're going up and you're going down. Next time, place the hands under the shoulders. Keep the knees down, lift the hip bones up a little so you feel a little gap under there. Shoulders anchor, do the best you can, push with both hands. Rise up onto the knees and right on into a child's pose. Hey, it was like a no down dog day. No down dog day. We thought if I ever decided to open a bar or a wine bar or something, I would never, but if I did, I would call it Down Dog. Then I could tell people to meet me at Down Dog. So give yourself another breath or two, and I want us to move into Shavasana here. So the Shavasana is going to be a relaxation of body part by body part. This can go under your knees. Or you can elevate your feet if you want. So this is a time where you get to do nothing. But listen to my suggestions. Transition. So as you rest yourself on this Mother Earth, whether you're laying on your back or your side or your belly, surrender the weight, the effort, and everything that you may be carrying around with you emotionally. Let it just fall onto Mother Earth. She is there for you. So the head is heavy, the shoulders are heavy, the arms relax fully, the entire torso and all the contents within are relaxing, doing their jobs as they should, but without added stress. The hips, of which we focused a lot on today, also relax. And you have these long things below you called your legs, and they carry us around day in and day out. some days better than others, but they deserve a full and thoughtful rest. Wait in this heavy, relaxed position until I ring the singing bowl. Let this time be yours. And so the singing bell says, come on back. Deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and toes. You can stay as you are, roll to your side. And today I have an Irish blessing that I found amongst my mother's belongings. And it goes like this. May flowers always line your path and sunshine light your day. May songbirds serenade you every step along the way. May a rainbow run beside you in a sky that's always blue. And may happiness fill your heart each day your whole life through. So with that said, bring yourself to a seated position. And as we did earlier, extend the arms out to the side, and this time grab yourself as if to self-hug. And then with the hands at the heart, the goodness in me honors the goodness in you. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you, Karen.
Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you Monday. I'll be back at Mercer Island, so we shall see you then. Bye.